Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UK Basketball. Ryan Collins.
Jonathan Fabzak here. I just wanted to follow up on the last episode. I was talking about my second place finish on Lake Cumberland. I just wanted to show you guys the color that I was using. See if you guys can see that here. So I don't know what it is, but something about that purple in all my lures, that's something I prefer. Purple's got to be in there. That's one of my biggest things. My favorite lures all have purple in them. And then the water was a little bit muddy, so we got that chartreuse in there. And then I got this Duralock, this quick snap in there. Helped me change out the hard baits. Something I found. Also gives the crankbait, I think, just a little bit more action. And the most important thing about throwing a crankbait, your hooks. Make sure you change out stock hooks. Don't ever leave those on there. Make sure you change out all your hooks on there. Very important thing to do when you're throwing crankbaits. That way it helps eliminate the fish you lose, keeps them on longer, a lot better. Make sure you change them out.
And you said that was the Lucky Strike RC series?
Yep, RC Series 4.
Sorry, and you guys were throwing that just about as close as you came to the shore?
Yeah, throwing about as close as we could to the shore. I'm running it down in anywhere from 7 to 8 foot of water, trying to get the suspended fish off the points and little inlets. So
yeah. All right. So today, guys, like we said in our last episode, we're going to give a quick little product review. I don't know if it's so much of a product review, but kind of a basics video on one of the most, if not the most important thing in fishing, and that is fishing line. We're going to be talking about monofilament, fluorocarbon, braid, when we use each, what we'll throw on each, and I think Jonathan's going to go ahead and start us off with some monofilament.
So I got this right here. It's one of my favorite lines. Got P-Line CXX. I prefer the CXX over the CX. A little bit stronger, more abrasion resistant. As you can see, when it comes off, it's a little bit coily, but I mean, you stretch that out. I mean, it turns into one of the toughest, most abrasion resistant lines I've ever seen out there. I mean, I'll throw it any top water. I mean, anything that basically suspends. This stuff floats, so I mean, anything that stays up top suspends. I mean, sometimes if I have to, I'll even put it on jig, throw it in cover. I mean, very versatile. So that's what I prefer. What do you like?
Believe it or not, I like the Bass Pro Shops. You know, their stock monofilament. I mean, it's not bad. It's something I've been using from the beginning. I mean, it's definitely quality line. I mean, I've used it from the beginning, like I said, and haven't really lost any fishes due to you know, line snapping or anything like that. You know, I'll use it in our big tournaments, competitive tournaments where money's on the line, and I mean, I have complete faith in it's actually some good line. Moving on to fluorocarbon, continuing on that, my favorite would have to be the Bass Pro Shops XPS. Very, very quality line. Very quality line. Main thing with fluorocarbon, very, very, very close to invisible. I mean, it's almost dead to the fish underwater. They can barely see it. Very little to no stretch at all. You're going to get just a little bit, but not near as much as you are with monofilament. And it's very high abrasive. I mean, I'm going to throw this on my jigs, on my soft plastics, my creature baits when I'm flipping and pitching, crankbaits. This right here is 12 pound, and this is what I go ahead and throw on crankbaits. I mean, you don't need something too big. You kind of want something a little bit lighter. Like we were saying, you can throw this on crankbaits because you kind of want that crankbait to get down. The higher test line you're going to be throwing on your crankbaits is how it's going to run that crankbait. For example, if a crankbait is designed to run 8 to 10 feet, but you have 15, 20 pound fluorocarbon on that, it may only run 4 to 6 feet. I mean, you're gonna cut some of that line, that depth off. It's like I said, this is 12 pound. Usually, I'm gonna step it up to 18. Generally, I'm gonna throw 20 though. 20 is usually my generic when I'm flipping and pitching, because I'm gonna be fishing around structure, trees, rocks. Very high abrasive, which is main reason I probably use it. It's that little stretch. You're gonna feel everything on the bottom, which is those little subtle tick bites, everything like that. Invisible, slow days. I mean, it's just my favorite line is definitely fluorocarbon. Like I said, I like this Bass Pro Shops XPS. Jonathan?
This is my favorite right here. I got Gamma, my 12 pound. It's a little bit pricey, but I mean, if you're willing to fork out money for some good line, this is what I go with. If not, then I would go with some P-Line, 100% fluorocarbon. I mean, fluorocarbon, that's your go-to line right there. That's most versatile. I mean, you pretty much throw it on anything nowadays. So, I mean, I have nothing bad to say about fluorocarbon. That's pretty much what's tied on all my rods. So, except for I'm going in slop, go on braid. So, And what do you prefer for braid?
Braid. I'm gonna go with Suffolk's 832 Advanced Superline. This is by far the best braid you can buy. I mean, I say that with so much confidence. I mean, this braid is just incredible. Here we got the low vis green. Main thing about Suffolk's, they got the 8 braided fibers, 32 weaves. I mean, it's just so strong. This is a 65-pound test. I have this on my Revo SX, on my 7.6 heavy action. I mean, I'm throwing frogs on this in the craziest thing you could possibly think of. I mean, lily pads up to your chest. I mean, huge grass, weeds, and it's just so strong. I mean, it's cutting through all that. Definitely don't want to be throwing any mono fluorocarbon in that.
Not in that stuff.
It's a 65-pound. I mean, I won't go anything lower than 65-pound braid. What about you?
You were even throwing that on Kentucky Lake when we were throwing Alabama rig.
Alabama rig. I mean, when you got almost 4 ounces, definitely want something strong. I mean, it's just incredible. I have nothing bad to say about Suffolk's. I mean, it's the braid I've used. I mean, ever since I started using braid, and I mean, it's just awesome. Awesome. What about you?
Say, unlike him, I don't think Suffolk's would be the best. This is why I like the show. I mean, you got two guys debating on what we like the best.
Yeah.
I like a Power Pro. Came out with the new Slick 8. So, got 8 lines intertwined. I mean, smooth as can be. I mean, can't even feel that it's braided anymore. The technology that they've come out with nowadays is unreal. So, I mean, you can cast that thing a mile. So that's probably my favorite braid. But, I mean, just like him, throw it in the slot, especially now with the Alabama rig craze. I mean, can't go wrong with some braid. You gotta make sure you got some tough braid on there, at least 65 pounds. So, I mean, gotta love you some braid nowadays.
So, I know we were talking. That's one thing about this show, too, that I'm just going to throw in there. I mean, we both have our opinions. I mean, I'm going with Suffolk's. I mean, he likes Power Pro. I mean, it's basically a personal opinion. I mean, like I said, for the more cost efficient, I mean, Bass Pro Shop fluorocarbon, awesome line. I mean, Gamma, I mean, not the cheapest stuff out there, but
yeah, a little pricey, but it pays for itself. I mean, it's a good line. So, I mean, that's what's nice. It's not just one person out here. I mean, you got 2 people coming together. I mean, prefer different things. I mean, so you get quality stuff from both ends. So it's not just one person getting paid by their sponsors to put on a show. So,
yeah, I mean, we each have our personal sponsors. That I mean, you'll see later on in the coming up shows. I mean, you get some of these channels out there. I mean, not ripping them at all. I mean, they do an awesome job, but you get some of these channels out there that are. You got one guy talking about, oh, this is the best out there. I mean, this is what you need to be using. So back to the topic. Sorry about that. That was a
get on a little rant sometimes, but
yeah. So basically, mono. Just keep this in mind. Mono is gonna float. Top water.
Anything suspending, guys.
Jerk baits. I mean, I was out on Table Rock in Missouri. I pre-fishing for an FLW college event. Throwing that Table Rock shad out on Table Rock. I was using 15-pound mono on that and floating. I mean, it's just perfect suspending jerk baits. Top water. I would go with fluorocarbon for just about anything else. If you're not throwing top water and you're not throwing suspending baits, absolutely throw fluorocarbon. With that little to no stretch, the
sensitivity in there, abrasion resistant. I mean, you just can't beat it with any other line. Fluorocarbon is definitely the way to go with stuff nowadays.
Absolutely. And then, like I said, anywhere, I mean, I'll drop down to 10. 10 is about as low as I'll go, and that's when I'm really finesse fishing in clear lakes. I'm kind of more of a power fisherman.
Yeah.
I love setting the hook, and
see, I'm more of a finesse fisherman, being from northern Indiana, southern Michigan. We got the finesse fishing up there, so I mean, I might even drop down to 6 if it calls for it. So I mean, that give me a little bit different aspects. So a lot of different fishing going on.
That's another thing. We got 2 different styles here. I mean, it's gonna be an awesome show. So all right. To wrap up, just main things that we hit on: mono, floating. Top water, suspending. Table rock. Like I said, I was throwing suspending jerk bait, top water. Then anytime else, throw fluorocarbon. I mean, just
you can't beat fluorocarbon. You can't beat it. It's so versatile, so abrasion resistant. I mean, the strength on there. I mean, very little nose stretch. I mean, you just can't beat fluorocarbon nowadays. Technology's come a long way. Fluorocarbon definitely the way to go.
Yep, and then definitely, and then anything you're getting into thick cover, switch over to the braid. Just do it. I mean, you don't want to have a 5, 6, 7 pounder on there, and he gets you wrapped up in the thickest stuff, and all of a sudden it's over like that, and then you're sitting there. Well, I had one, and then all of a sudden you're back there, and
that's probably the worst feeling you could possibly have. I mean, just typical fishing stories too. I mean, yeah, I had one got away. It's always the worst thing you can do.
Switch over to the braid, and all of a sudden he's going to be in your live well, and you're coming in with big bass. I mean, there's money in your pocket right there. So yep, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, comment, like. All the links will be in the description for our Facebook page, Twitter. Check out the UK Bass Fishing Team's website. That will also be in the description. And good luck, guys. Hope you guys do well.
Look forward to some more reviews here coming up. We'll actually get into tackle and get into good stuff like that. So look forward to that coming. So I'll also have some pictures posted of how I did on Cumberland. So stay tuned.
All right. Thanks, guys.